Hey Cancer, how are you? I hope you are doing well. Happy birthday. I'm so excited for you. If your birthday's this week, happy birthday. I love you so much. Excuse me while I pre-shuffle. I'm really excited. My birthday's soon. It's all that I can really think about and talk about. So excuse me if I talk about it too much. I'm a Leo Venus, so I definitely love to be the center of attention when it comes to things like that. I like things to be very extravagant. So. Alrighty. Cancer. So this is going to apply for Cancer Sun, Moon, Rising in your tropical sidereal reverse chart. I would say mostly tropical and sidereal for now. And, oh wow, I was really whited out there. Let's see, this is going to apply for the upcoming week of July 8th, I believe. Okay. So I said Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising. Also, I just want to thank you so much for your support and for your love. Thank you so much for commenting, for liking the video, for sharing, for subscribing. It really does mean the world to me. And I appreciate it so much. I appreciate it so much. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. I am so grateful. Okay? Thank you so much. So yeah. I really hope you enjoyed this video today. If it resonates with you, please let me know in the comments down below. I would love to hear your feedback. Like the video, share, subscribe. And if you feel compelled, then hit the bell notification to know when I upload videos. And if you want to book a personal reading with me, you can do so at Sinfulpluto.com. Make sure to read the product listings. Just so that you have most, if not all, of the information that you need to know. And if you want to find me on social media, you can do so at Sinfulpluto on Twitter and Instagram. Okay? All right. So, Cancer, what is in store for you the week of July 8th? I'm using the Spellcaster's Tarot for anyone who's wondering. I really love this deck, and lately I've been like super connected to it, and I feel that whenever I use a deck, it just doesn't feel the same. So I'm gonna go back to this. So there's that. Okay. All right, Cancer. What's in store for Cancer the week of July 8th? All right, we got a card. Okay, we have the Five of Swords reversed. So there seems to be a conflict that's being drawn out. Eight of Pentacles reversed. It could be in relation to some sort of work-related thing or something that you're putting a lot of effort into. Five of Cups reversed. Knight of Cups reversed. Eight of Cups. And then at the bottom of the deck is the Justice card reversed. So maybe you're dealing with a Libra. Maybe you're dealing with a Libra. Okay, so we have a lot of stuff going on. We have a lot of cups, so emotions could be running high, right? Emotions could very well be running high, which makes sense because we know we're in eclipse season. July is a very powerful month. I think today is the beginning of Mercury retrograde, so a lot of stuff is going on today. Drink your water, please. All right, so Five of Swords reversed. It could be that some sort of conflict is being drawn out about something. It feels that with the Eight of Pentacles reversed, I'm getting that you might be putting more effort into this rather than someone else, or you're kind of overworking yourself. What I kind of see with this is, I don't even want to say that it's a power struggle. Because, the Six of Pentacles reversed came into mind while I was looking at this, and it doesn't necessarily seem like a power struggle or an imbalanced thing because it was never that to begin with, if that makes sense. I feel that it has been very clear. If you're dealing with another person, I feel as though it has been clear from jump that it wasn't really going to work out in the first place. Does that kind of make sense? That's why the conflict is kind of being drawn out. And I feel like, in a way, maybe you're drawing it out because you're trying to, you're trying to make all of the work that you have put in worth it, if that kind of makes sense. I feel like you're trying to avoid admitting to yourself that maybe you have wasted your time on someone or on a job or on a friendship or whatever this is. I feel like you kind of don't really want to admit that you have wasted your time trying to solve this problem. But in doing that, you're just kind of drawing out the conflict. You're drawing out the issue. And I feel that the reason why I don't want to say that it's a power struggle is because, like I said, there was no balance to begin with. There was never really it seems as though there was never really a solid agreement as to what each person was supposed to do. It kind of just seems like you went out of your way to put in all of this extra effort, perhaps to impress this person, whoever this might be. Or to impress yourself, or to kind of prove yourself. I feel like you weren't really doing it for yourself. You were doing it for someone else. And that's kind of where you went wrong, where you did something for someone else. And you're trying to prove that you didn't waste your time by doing that. Does that kind of make sense? I feel like I'm kind of talking in circles, but that's kind of what it feels like, is that you don't want to admit that maybe you made the wrong decision. Or you don't want to admit that you put in more than you needed to. I feel like a lot of you have known for a very long time that this is a conflict that was supposed to end. And this isn't something that... I feel like you knew for a long time that it wasn't worth it, but you truly wanted to kind of... believe that it was worth it. Or maybe you're trying to prove a point to yourself or to other people. It's not necessarily a Pisces thing where you're trying to be a martyr, but it's more so the fact that it's almost like you kind of wanted to make the person feel bad for all of your effort. You wanted to guilt trip them, but the thing is that tactic isn't working for you. And so now you're kind of in this place where, one, you're miserable because you're overworking yourself, and two, you're resolving nothing, and the conflict is still there because you don't want to let it go. It seems to me that you're perfectly aware of what's going on, but you just don't. You want to act dumb. That's kind of what it is. Like you want to play dumb and say like, oh no, this person is just being shitty and they're not listening and they don't care. But I feel that for a lot of you, I feel like you kind of knew. I feel like you knew what you were doing, and I feel like some of you overestimated yourselves. Yo, I'm so sorry. This really reminds me of, like, the Jaclyn Hill scandal that's going on here, where she's trying to, like, play dumb about all of this and really trying to make it seem like she didn't know anything, but we all know that she knew, like, shit was going down. But that's what it seems like to me. Oh my god. So that's what it seems like to me, is that you kind of knew all along, but you just didn't really want to admit it because you wanted to make it seem that you're kind of like the victim or something. And it just didn't really work in your favor. So that's what it seems to me. Five of Cups reversed, it talks about things are going to start looking up for you, hopefully. Or there's some sort of healing that's going to take place because of this. And I feel like you'll kind of begin to realize where you may have gone wrong. And I feel like you'll begin to realize that maybe it's not completely a lost cause, and maybe you can redeem yourself in some way, because we do have the cups that are still standing. So maybe there's a way that for you to redeem yourself in this situation, or to kind of realize that maybe you didn't waste all of your time or something like that. You know what I mean? It's more so, I mean, the Five of Cups reverse is a lot about healing and kind of seeing things from a lot more of an optimistic sort of point of view. So I feel that there is a light at the end of the tunnel, and I feel like you will be able to walk away from the situation, because we do have the Eight of Cups, but you're walking away from a disappointing situation. Does that kind of make sense? I feel like you're walking away from trying to make things work. And with the Knight of Cups reversed, right? We have the Knight of Cups reversed, so this could be a water sign. So it could either be you or someone else. But with the Knight of Cups reversed, this to me is kind of saying, there is a little bit of feeling of rejection, or there's an offer that is being rescinded. So it could be, for some of you, due to, these actions going on here, an offer might be taken off the table for you, and you might end up, feeling a little bit hurt over that. Or it could also be that with the conflict so for some of you, you might actually feel like rejected with the Knight of Cups reversed. You might feel rejected during this entire process of whatever this is going on. It seems that, you feel that you have put in a lot of work. You feel that you have put in, you have taken up a lot of the load, You've taken up a lot of the load, and maybe, you have been trying to make things work out because you just didn't want to give up. You wanted to be very determined, but in doing that, you have exhausted yourself, and, I feel like in a way kind of pushed yourself out or like isolated yourself from the world. Oh my god, my nose is itchy. Dude, every time I'm doing these readings now, my nose gets super, super itchy. It's ridiculous. I don't know if it's makeup or if it's just like, hold on. Does that work? I'm trying to not look pasty. Okay. So, what was I saying? So, it does seem that you were really trying hard, but your efforts were wasted, and it feels, like I said, the conflict was being dragged out, either by you or by someone else. Roles can be reversed, so if someone else has been trying to impress you and do everything that I've been saying about you, reverse the roles and do what you gotta do. But there's a feeling of rejection here, and I feel that it has to do with all of this wasted effort, because it kind of feels that you were doing something for the wrong reasons, in the sense that you weren't doing it for yourself, you were doing it for someone else. And I feel that some of you will be able to heal from this feeling of rejection, but also I feel that for some of you, you might I don't want to necessarily say it's an ultimatum, but I feel that by the end of the week, hopefully, or not hopefully, but by the end of the week, with this whole conflict going on, I feel that you'll be able to heal from it, from the Five of Cups reversed, right? And then I feel that you'll kind of surrender or kind of give up with this in the King of Cups reversed, and you might be the one to say, you know what? I give up. I'm not going to try to keep on impressing you. I'm not going to continue trying to ride this fish and be all drunk and happy and try to get your attention, and so I'm just going to take the offer off the table, and it's too late for you now. And so I see you kind of walking away from that and just going towards your own life, doing something for yourself. And I feel that, justice reversed. So you could be dealing with a Libra, but also this is just saying, I feel that, even if you were to walk away, things wouldn't necessarily be all that balanced out, or it might feel as though there isn't really any sort of closure, which I understand. You might feel as though you don't really have closure, and I feel that it's important for you to understand that you can give yourself your own closure. You don't have to rely on someone else. I feel that with this conflict, maybe you feel the closure could be in relation to the conflict. Maybe the conflict is literally the fact that you want some sort of closure, but you're putting more effort than the other person. You're wasting your effort, you're wasting your breath, you're wasting your time. And so it's not worth it trying to get all this closure from someone who's literally not even trying to give it to you, who doesn't want to talk to you, who isn't trying to explain everything, who isn't trying to talk things out with you, have a healthy discussion with you. And so I feel that with the Five of Cups reversed, this is kind of saying, you know what, I just have to heal myself and not depend on anyone else to help heal me, because your healing is your responsibility. And so I feel like with the Justice reverse, that's kind of saying, things won't end up in your favor, in the sense that you might not get the closure that you want. But with the Four of Cups, that's saying that you can give that to yourself. You can meditate, you can introspect, you can reflect on the whole situation and give yourself your own closure. You don't have to depend on someone else or some other thing or whatever this is to give you that sense of relief, or kind of that feeling of, okay, finally this has ended. I can finally kind of just bury that and let it go, right? So that could be, and I feel that once you do that, I mean, we have the Ace of Cups. So there is the promise of a new beginning. There's a promise of emotional fulfillment and a promise of new opportunities in terms of your emotions. And there is a possibility for a reset. But I feel that you have to do that on your own rather than trying to do it with someone else. So does that kind of make sense for you? So that's what I see for you, Cancer. I really do think that you need to be walking away from the situation and just stop trying to push it. You do have to walk away from a disappointing situation, because the more that you try to push it, the more that you try to get their attention, you're going to realize that it's not worth it. Like, you're wasting your time. And you're just drawing out this sort of conflict that can very easily just be solved on your own. And I mean, not easily in the sense that you just in a day, but it's a lot easier to just, I don't want to say it's easier to do it on your own, because that's not necessarily true. But I just want to say that it's not worth it going into some sort of conflict or argument with someone and they don't even want to listen. It's like you're talking to this person and it's going in one ear and out the other. So I don't recommend it, you know. It's going to feel that things are really unbalanced, but I think for now it's just the time to let it go and give yourself your own closure, and perhaps in the future the scales will balance out and you will be able to get some sort of closure from that other person. But for right now, I wouldn't really count on it. Just do your own thing. Honestly, do your own thing. Focus on yourself. Focus on your own emotional abundance. Don't worry about this person or this situation or event or outcome or whatever this is. So there's that. I'm going to pull some animal spirit cards, oracle cards, and then we'll end it there. So what messages does Cancer need to hear for the week of July 8th? What messages does Cancer need to hear for the week of July 8th? What messages does Cancer need to hear for the week of July 8th? Alright, got one. Bottom of the deck, make your dreams real. Make your dreams real. Alright, what do we have here? Okay, brown bear spirit, take time out. Yeah, walk away. Walk away. Seriously, walk away. It's like... So you know when you're working on some sort of project, and let's say this takes you like a long time. Let's say this is taking you days to work on this project, and you know, or let's say it's a math equation. Let's say you have some sort of math equation. Sorry, I'm like moving around a lot. Let's say this is a math equation that you have to work on, right? And you're having a very hard time figuring out the correct answer. And you know, with each attempt that you make, you know, you're looking in the back of the book to see how you got the answer, right? But you're somehow getting the answer wrong. And you're trying to figure out, what are you doing wrong? What are you doing wrong, right? And you're just sitting there and you're looking at it for hours and hours and hours. And yes, it's good to not give up, but it's also better for you to step away from that and come back with a fresh perspective, to come back with new eyes, right? You need to give yourself that break. You need to look at things from a different perspective. I feel that a lot of you are kind of just like saying the same old things. You're not making any new sort of points. You're kind of just saying the same things, maybe wording them differently, but you're saying the same things over and over and over again, hoping that this person will listen or hoping that they will compromise with you. And it's not working. And so you need to step away from the situation. That's why we have the 8 of Cups. And I think that for some of you, this isn't necessarily a permanent ending, but I feel that you need to step away, whether it's for a day, a week, a month, a year. You need to step away from this so that you can gain a new and fresh perspective. Because what you're doing right now is you're just trying and trying and trying, and you're doing this, you're making the same mistakes all over again. You're making the same things all over again, you know? And I feel that you have to, just like I said, like I keep saying, you need to take that time out. You need to step away from the situation so you can look at things from a different perspective, so that you can see things from a different lens. And look, I literally have the Queen of Wands reversed and the Hanged Man reversed. So some of you could be dealing with a Pisces, but with the Hanged Man reversed, that's saying that you're looking at things from the same lens. You're looking at things with the same perspective, and that's why you need to step away. And I feel that once you take that time out, once you kind of just like let things go, once you let things just work themselves out, you'll come back to that math equation and you'll be like, oh, it's right there. The answer is right there. I know exactly what to do. And then you finish it and then you get the right answer and you're like, oh, that was easy, right? So just give yourself time out, okay? Rest. Don't focus on the situation. Give yourself time to heal. Give yourself time to heal. With this Eight of Pentacles reversed, I don't mean to go over 20 minutes, damn. But with the Eight of Pentacles reversed, I'm imagining someone who's trying to build something and it keeps falling apart and they're using the same tactics, the same strategy over and over, hoping that it'll work. Yo, like that's literally the definition of insanity. That is literally the definition of insanity. Doing the same thing over and over and hoping for a different outcome. That's what you guys are doing right now, and that's why you need to take the time off. So, before I go on another tangent, Cancer, I love you so much. Happy birthday. I will talk to you next week. Please give yourself time to rest, to rejuvenate, to introspect, to reflect. Yo, I'm so serious. Do it. And you will see that once you come back to the situation, you will have that fresh perspective and you will see things differently and things will be solved. But right now, you need to let the scales just do this. To just do it on their own, and once you come back with fresh set of eyes, you'll see things and you'll be able to work stuff out, okay? So I love you and I'll talk to you next week, okay? Bye.